Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Well, I'll just get right into it here. Are we on the verge of an economic collapse? If we're not, it sure feels like something's coming. It doesn't feel good at all. Let me first say that I'm not an economist. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just a regular guy, prepper, working stiff, middle class, just trying to make the ends meet, trying to provide for the family, pay all the bills. I'm law abiding, pay my taxes, do the right thing. That's what I am. And these are just the things that I'm seeing, I'm reading, and the things I'm feeling. What I'm seeing is just a cascade of red flags, okay, especially in the last several months. Well, longer than that, but here lately, especially last 100 days or so. Just a cascade of just warning signs, danger, danger, ahead. And I've been thinking about this for a while, and I thought for a while, well, maybe I'm just, it's an irrational fear or something, but I don't think it is. I really don't. Some of the things I'm seeing is, in no particular order, is first of all, jumps out at me is the April jobs report. You may have seen this, but the economy added just 266,000 jobs for the month of April. I mean, that's dismal, right in the spring. Should be really bouncing back about a lot better than that. That's one thing. The cost of goods, inflation, cost of goods just keep going up. Call it inflation, call it hyperinflation, superinflation. I don't care what you call it. All I'm seeing is things costing more, from food to clothing to goods and services, taxes, housing. My gosh, what's going on with the housing? Okay. It's kind of good in a way because Mrs. Dog and I bought this house about four years ago. This neighborhood, it's a small neighborhood. It's really nice and quiet. All the houses were built in the last 3 to 4 years. The last couple of houses that have sold, they're all comparable to our house. They've all sold for almost or right at double what they paid for it. Okay. So Ms. Dog and I are talking. It's like, well, it's tempting just to go ahead and sell, make all this, make good money on it. But then you got to live somewhere. Where are you going to go? So we would probably end up paying more, double what we paid last time to go live somewhere else. May need a fixer upper. It may need all kind of work. You never know what you're going to get into. So, there's that. And the pricing of houses is pricing out a whole segment of the population, especially the middle class, the younger folks trying to get into a home, older folks who are maybe trying to downsize, hurting them. So it's a very weird thing. Okay. So there's that. Also, like I said, gasoline, automobiles, all going up. The media, like how the media says that we're experiencing an inflation rate of about 4%. Seriously, 4%. Do they think we're stupid? They think we're stupid, but we're not. Okay. Food, you're getting less and you're paying exactly the same or more in most cases. The packages are getting less, less quality. Call it shrinkflation is what I've heard. That makes sense. So the quality of what you're getting, especially in produce and vegetables from the store, are getting worse, but they're costing a lot more, double in some cases. The packaging of the food, especially packaged foods, when you can find them, there's less to it. The quality is worse, but they're costing more. So shortages, what I'm seeing in the grocery stores, I'm seeing more holes in the shelves, not wholesale shortages where everything's wiped out, nothing like that. But you're seeing more holes, I'm noticing, that I didn't notice before, that I have never noticed before. Canned food, dog and cat food, what else? The meat is a lot thinner, especially the chicken right now. As we all know, there's still kind of a chicken shortage going on. Pork chops. Package that would cost about $4 for the pork chops, $8, $9, $10 right now. Forget about it. I'm not doing it right now. So there's that. The supply chain, it looks like it's stretched to the max. Some people you can make an argument that it's broken. The government just keeps printing more money. Let's just print more cash, billions, trillions, all these bailouts and stimulus checks and stuff like that, which is nice to have, but keep printing money like this, what's it doing? It's devaluing the currency. and there's got to be a tipping point at some level, at some point. So you just keep spending like crazy. It seems like every president spends more than the last president. I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican. Don't care. The one that's current is spending more than the one before that. The one before that is spending more than the one before that. It just goes on and on. So where does that take us, right? It's scary. Eviction moratorium, that's coming to an end. So you're going to have millions of people being evicted from their apartment, or the mortgages failing, foreclosing. So you're going to have that can spark even more violence that's going on, more civil unrest. So that could be happening, will happen. Droughts, if you've seen the super droughts out there in the West and Midwest, I mean, if you look at a map of the country, it looks like, cut it in half from about the middle of the country to the west is in the yellow and red with droughts. We're not really even into the summer yet. We're almost in there. So you got that. That's going to affect crops and crop prices. The end of the stimulus checks, unemployment, we've been on that stimmy high, as far as getting that, trying to stimulate the economy. So that's coming to an end. So the stimulus checks, unemployment bonuses are coming to an end for people. So maybe more will go back to work. Who knows? The money, your dollar is devaluing or being devalued. So it seems $100 will buy you a lot less now than what it did even a month ago. Crime on the rise, nonviolent and violent crime, not just in the big cities, everywhere, your small and medium cities. Okay. Unpaid, I saw this article yesterday, unpaid student loans now are estimated to be at 435 billion. Okay. It's a big number. Poor and the middle class families are finding it harder to make the ends meet, to put food on the table, all right, provide for their families. So that's gonna, that could start stoking more civil unrest as well. So I've seen reports of these long lines, this long line of cars just trying to get food, the food giveaways, the boxes of food, the food banks. I mean, it's really unreal. So how do we prep? What do we do? Several things. First thing, I would recommend, if you have these how-to books laying around, how to cook even, repair things, build, gardening, homesteading, these books that have been written over the years, don't throw them out. Don't give them away. Don't give them to Goodwill or these other places necessarily. If you think you can use it at some point, we might need it down the road. Keep all that stuff. We have a situation where we don't have internet, electricity. The printed material is still good. We can still read it. Your maps, keep those around. All right. Stock your pantry as best you can. The best that you're able to. Stock it up now, the best you can, the most you can get in there. Your repairs, if you can do some repairs around your home or make any improvements, do it yourself to save some money from having to pay somebody else to do it. Do it. Keep up your property as best you can. Garden, grow as much food as we can. The more we can do to hedge this inflation and the prices going up, the better. The seeds that we planted in our garden, we had a lot of leftover seeds, a good many leftover seeds. We put them in our freezer, so we'll just reuse them. Security, not just thinking about and having security measures for around your home or even when you're out. Plan. Think about how you're going to react if a threat comes around. Have a plan, even practice it. Okay, that way you don't have to think about it when something happens or there's a threat approaching. All right. So you got security. We eat out less. Try to cook more. Stay at home. As far as that's concerned, like I said in my last video, let's get out. Let's continue to see our friends as much as we can, our neighbors, or our family. Have get-togethers and have conversations. We still want to keep our sanity and have some fun, but we can do it without having to spend a lot of money. We cut cable here. We cut our cable. I know we're old. We kept cable for a long time, way too long. We cut the cable and we just have internet. So we stream things and we love it. Should have done a lot sooner. Don't miss the cable. I don't need the local news either. It's trash, man. So water, let's stock up on our water, your filtration. Think about getting a Berkey filter for your home. The mini Sawyers are good too, especially if you're out and about. I've got a couple of them. Upskill, try to learn a new skill if you can, even if it's just the basics, repairing, building something, some carpentry. Anything we can do like that will help. Hand tools, in case of an SHTF or grid down, we don't have electricity, stock up on some hand tools, see what you got in your inventory if you need something, if you got some things that are wearing down, just like your basic hand tools or even just gloves. Well, I bought an extra pair of utility gloves yesterday because the ones I have are starting to get a bit worn after about a year or two. We're going to do about a year in one. And I have to get more gloves. So little things like that. Let's take care of ourselves. Our bodies were fearfully and wonderfully made. We got to take care of them. Eat best you can. Exercise. Okay. Let's take care, boost our immune systems. That'll help too, and that can help save money, doctor bills. Okay, the best we can. So, what are you doing? Let me know your thoughts on how things are. Is this really as bad as it seems? Is it just an aberration? Is it just going to be temporary and things will go back to normal? I don't know. What do you think about it? What are you doing to hedge this inflation and all this rising costs of everything? Please share your thoughts. I'd appreciate it. But nevertheless, you have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of yourselves. God bless you. See you soon.